Talking about important stuff here in the studio right now. I don't know why we have to interrupt this with the 734. Gerald and I are exchanging Richfield / Edina dining tips. I'll share it with you too, because, you know, no secrets here. Is it all right if I tell him, Gerald? All right. So Gerald likes Tavern on France in Edina, and he used to like Rojo, and I said you should try Pajarito, which will soon be opening up at 50th in France. In Lynn 65 in the Richfield Edina area, I wish I had one in Maple Grove. Guys, come on, help me out. All right, there's your restaurant talk. This is how we start the 734 sometimes. We always start it with this, the 730 forecast, as long as I remember to do it. Riley's got it up for us here. Nice day, right? Yesterday was perfect, 79, no humidity. This is a nice break, but I like summer too, and today's going to be a perfectly average day. Sunny, 84. Chance for storms a little later. So if you live in the north and west of 94, so we're talking St. Cloud, Albertville, some parts of Maple Grove, like that's kind of the area we're looking at. Look for storms maybe around 4, 5, 6 o'clock tonight. So just be aware of that. Let's talk about sleep. I am like the wrong guy to talk about sleep, right? Like yesterday I took a nap at 3:30 in the afternoon and I went to bed around 8:45. It's ridiculous. You know, hopefully you don't have to normally wake up at 2:30 in the morning. But during quarantine, I have been a little surprised. This study surprised me, to be honest. A news poll for, I think it's a mattress company, this Lisa Sleep. They've found that nearly 70% of people said their bedtime habits have become kind of a mess, inconsistent. Late night TV binges. How do you guys have anything left to watch on TV? I feel like I've watched everything I wanted to see. Trouble keeping the kids on a consistent sleep schedule. Yeah, that's always a summer struggle. 44% say they're staying up later because they don't have to commute. And how about this? Nearly half admit they roll out of bed 10 minutes before it's time to clock in. People, we're sitting here cranking out a morning news show for you from 4:30 to 7. How about wake up 30 minutes before you have to go to work and watch a little of the news? Think about that. All right, we just want to know what you've kind of done with your sleeping habits. How have things changed? Have they changed that drastically? I think a lot of people have. A lot of people sleeping in later. Let us know what you're doing with your sleep in the comments on Facebook, and we'll share some of that coming up in a minute. There are more places in Minnesota reopening today, which I think is kind of fun. People looking for different stuff to do, and these art museums are massive. So much room to socially distance, so much airflow in there because these galleries are often 2, 3 stories tall. So MIA, the Minneapolis Institute of Art, opens today. Walker Art Center fully reopens today. U of M, the Bell Museum, reopens to members today, planning on opening the general public next week. Around the nation, more than 40 states are now seeing spikes in confirmed COVID-19 cases. This is not good. Florida, joining New York and California, is the third state to cross the 300,000 mark for COVID-19 cases. In Florida, just like a train wreck the last 2 weeks, more than 100,000 cases coming in. President Trump issued a new order demanding states send their information, their hospital data, to the Department of Health and Human Services instead of sending it to the CDC. Doctors say by circumventing the CDC, the government is denying it the essential information they need to make decisions that inform the American public. More national chains now saying, look, if you're coming in, need a mask. Country's largest retailer, Walmart, says, yes, you need a mask. Kroger, the nation's largest grocery chain. We don't have Kroger here in Minnesota. Kohl's also joining the list. So even if your local community does not have a mandate or your state, you still need to wear a mask. In the Minnesota Walmart, the Kohl's, they join a lot of retailers requiring masks. So make sure, it's pretty simple. Just pop a couple of these in. You know, if your family has 2 cars, just make sure you have a handful of masks standing by so you're always prepared. COVID-19 could cause families to spend more money than ever to get students ready for school. National Retail Federation, and the retailers always are estimating probably higher than what people spend, but this is a record. They're saying more than $100 billion to get ready for fall. Never happened before. And this is why a survey found families plan to buy more computer equipment, more laptops, more accessories. You know, because distance learning didn't go so great for a lot of people. The technology wasn't great. The kid was using mom or dad's computer. So not ideal. Obviously, families are waiting. School shopping hasn't really stopped as school districts are waiting to announce what they're going to do, which is something I thought about this Sunday when the Target circular showed up in my newspaper, wondering, who's doing back to school shopping just yet? I'm going to hold off on the crayons and the colored pencils. Minneapolis Park Board decided to limit the number of homeless people allowed to live in city parks. Last month, the board gave the green light and said, look, we got COVID-19, so much unemployment. Where are people supposed to go? So the park board said, all right, you can set up camp in our parks. Powderhorn Park became kind of the center of this. More than 300 people currently live. But a lot of residents who had openly welcomed this at the beginning testified in front of the park board and said, you know what? It's gotten out of hand, drug use, alcohol, crime. And the park board unanimously decided last night to only allow 25 tents per park, and they are going to limit it to 20 different parks. Of course, that leaves the question, what happens to some of these folks? So we'll continue to follow that for you. President Donald Trump is shaking up his campaign staff. Brad Parscale, this guy right here, has managed the campaign. He was widely credited as kind of the whiz kid who ran the digital campaign, the Facebook ads, the targeted Facebook ads that many analysts think got President Trump elected in 2016. Now Bill Stepien will take charge of the campaign. You know, this is a state-by-state race, but when you look at the overall polls, an average of the recent polls, it does show the president trailing former Vice President Biden by nearly 9 points. Last night, there was a chunk of time when I couldn't tweet on DeRusha J or DeRusha Eats, and I know you were all traumatized by that. Like, we need DeRusha's content at 6 p.m. Well, investigators locked down my account and all verified accounts because someone broke into Twitter's back end and hacked a number of high-profile accounts. Joe Biden, former President Barack Obama, Jeff Bezos, Kim Kardashian, Kanye, Apple, all these tweets, and you saw these things that it was sort of masquerading as like a buy one, get one Bitcoin thing. Which you're like, really? Bill Gates wants me to send him $1,000? Seems weird. Look at that web address. Okay. Yep, very believable. Twitter reported overnight that this happened not by people individually hacking into President Obama or former Vice President Biden, but they went in through Twitter's systems and tools, which is troubling, so they're looking into that. A group of Minnesotans showing their appreciation for first responders by delivering dinner last night.
We just wanted to figure out how we could help and say thank you to those that need it most, and just kind of came to be.
Firefighters for Healing, nonprofit that provides support for burn victims, but also for first responders and their families. Volunteers loading up barbecue dinners at Q Fanatic, another place to put on Gerald's list there in the Richfield, South Minneapolis area. They're bringing these nice masks, big smiley face mask there by that lady. Cool stuff. Nice effort going on there in Minneapolis. NASA is this breaking news, Chris? Do we have the picture?
Yeah.
Breaking news on the 734. Take a look at the sun. Bow! Here it comes.
There we go.
We did it. Sometimes, you know, this literally was just came out within the last 3 minutes, 4 minutes,
Half hour.
5 minutes. Don't try to make this less dramatic. This just in. This is the sun. I know it looks like the hippie lava lamp from my college dorm in 1994. But allegedly, the government wants you to believe this is the sun. The closest we've ever been on the sun. I feel like we're too close. What is that? Scientists say one of the first things they noticed, little small campfires. Oh, that's kind of interesting. You know, we envision the sun as this kind of uniform fireball of the same temperature, like it's a light bulb. But that's not how it works. There are different kind of environments up there, different temperatures, different weather fields, all sorts of stuff going on the sun. And so these images giving some of the first really close opportunities to try to unlock some of the mysteries of the sun. It's cool. All right, good stuff. Let's get back to today's talker, which is sleep. Are you messed up? Is your sleep a train wreck? Or is it about the same as it's always been? Chris has been looking at your feedback on the WCCO TV Facebook page.
Yeah, Dean said that he is up really early every morning. Best time of day is sunrise.
Yeah, we've had some beauties too. The sunrise has been nice.
Yeah.
You know, you hit a certain age and the body wakes you up, Chris.
True.
I know you're very young, very
On this
youthful.
sleep schedule, though,
I
the
know,
sun's
we're-
always
yeah,
keeping me up. Those
that is
blackout
true.
curtains.
That is
those
true.
help. You
That's-
need those.
When you cross 45, all of a sudden you're waking up because you have to go to the
Oh,
bathroom.
can't wait.
You're like, oh my gosh. Is that an overshare? I'm sorry. All right.
Jackie
whatever.
said she hit snooze until 3 minutes before logging on today, so plenty of time to wake up. That's what I do when I work from home.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
I don't blame you. I actually love that people are doing that. I feel bad for our show. I would like people to wake up earlier to watch our program. But I think that's nice. If you have to work from home, hey,
Why
take
not? It's
advantage
a perk of it, right?
All right, one more.
Becca said her sleep schedule hasn't really changed. She still stays up later than she should, and her kid wakes her up too early.
Yeah, see, that's you got kids. Becca, I feel you. It wasn't too long ago. Maybe it was really long ago. Now they're 15 and 12. People will tell you, like, enjoy it. You'll miss it. I don't miss that garbage. Screaming kid waking you up in the middle of the morning, forget it. All right, thanks, everybody. I hope you get a good night's sleep. And enjoy our restaurant suggestions from today's 7:34. We'll see you back here tomorrow.